You are 17, and the harvest is late this year. Your mother hums while she kneads bread, unaware that the radio in the next room is about to change everything. Then the announcement crackles through static. Germany has invaded. Your father goes quiet. He fought in the last war. He knows what comes next. The village gathers around a notice nailed to a post. Your name is on it. So is your brother's and your neighbor's. Your mother holds you longer than she ever has. Your little sister presses a small wooden bird into your hand and says nothing, because there's nothing to say. You walk away from the only home you've known, down a dirt road that suddenly feels too short. At the station, the platform is a sea of caps and kit bags. Through the train window, your village shrinks until it disappears. Strangers become your only family now. An officer unrolls a map none of you can fully read yet. You don't sleep. Nobody does. The camp smells of mud and gun oil. A sergeant screams, orders you don't yet understand. They hand you a rifle heavier than your fear. You miss the target, twice, before an older soldier quietly fixes your grip. Bayonet drills leave your arms shaking by nightfall. You crawl through real mud under real wire. Dinner is thin soup and thinner conversation. At night, around a fire, someone starts an old song, and for a moment, you forget where you are. Then orders arrive before sunrise. You're moving out. The column stretches farther than you can see. On the horizon, smoke rises where there shouldn't be smoke. You pass a village that no longer has a name. Refugees walk the opposite direction. A child stares at you like you're already a ghost. At night, the horizon flickers like far-off lightning. Except it isn't lightning. You cross a river on a bridge built that same morning. Your commander points to a city on the map. Its skyline is already burning. Everyone checks their rifle one more time. Your hands won't stop shaking. A soldier beside you says it gets easier. You don't believe him. Neither does he. You enter the outskirts of the city at dusk, where the streets are rubble instead of houses. Your unit presses against a crumbling wall. A hand signal, no words, move forward. A shot rings out from a rooftop, and the man beside you falls before you even hear the second shot. Someone pulls you behind cover before you can freeze completely. You clear a building room by room. A door swings open. Someone is already inside. It's over in seconds, and you don't remember pulling the trigger. You sit against the wall afterward, hands shaking, until a comrade grips your shoulder. Keep moving. Night falls inside a building with no roof. You split one ration between 3 men. Someone reads a letter from home by candlelight. Morning brings more rubble, and less of the city standing than the day before. You're ordered across open ground under fire. You run faster than you've ever run. Not everyone makes it across. You reach the far wall, chest heaving, and count the men who made it. It's fewer than before. A tank grinds past, and you follow behind it for cover, until a shell hits a building beside you, and the world goes silent for a moment. A medic works fast on a man who won't stop bleeding. He asks you to write to his mother. You nod. You don't trust your voice. The first snow falls, and no one cheers. Your fingers stiffen around the rifle stock. You huddle together in what's left of a stairwell. Movement flickers across the street in the dark. Nobody fires, nobody breathes. Then a single shot breaks the silence, and the street erupts on both sides. By dawn, it's quiet again. Too quiet. Snow settles over the ruins like a shroud. Rations shrink again. You wrap rags around fingers gone numb and white. New reinforcements arrive, younger than you were when this started. You show one of them how to hold his rifle steady. Artillery hammers the far side of the city through the night, and the ground shakes for hours. A scout signals, enemy position ahead. Your unit plans the next move in whispers, then charges across open snow into gunfire. The world reduces to noise, smoke, and motion. You take the position. It's yours now. That night, there are fewer faces around the fire. You save a piece of bread for a man who isn't coming back. Ammunition runs low. You count your remaining rounds. Then, in the distance, a new column moves toward the city, and for the first time in weeks, someone almost smiles. Word spreads, the enemy is starting to fall back. Your unit pushes forward instead of holding ground, retaking a street you'd lost weeks earlier. The cheer that goes up is tired, not triumphant. You walk past the building where you lost your first comrade, and stop there for a moment. Just a moment. Then you keep moving because that's what's left to do. Some enemy soldiers raise their hands as you pass. You lower your rifle. You don't feel victorious. You reach what used to be the city center. Nothing here looks like it did in any photograph. Word arrives that the battle for the city is over. Nobody cheers the way you imagined they would. You count the men who started this with you. There are very few left to count. Snow falls quietly over the wreckage, and you sit alone, turning the wooden bird over in your hands. New orders arrive. The war isn't finished, even if this battle is. You pass rows of markers that weren't there before. You write one more letter, this one easier than the rest. The column marches west, toward more fighting, more cities. You glance back once at the ruined city behind you. You don't look like the boy who left the farm. The road ahead disappears into gray winter light. You close your hand around the wooden bird and keep walking. Millions like you never made it home. This is for them.